Thank you so much for the introduction. I'm so happy to be here. HiveFest, it's not like any other presentation or conference that I ever go to because we really feel like a family. We have, like a shared goal and a purpose with what we do, and I think that's incredibly special. So I hope everyone was here yesterday when Grampo spoke about the concept of social shopping using the Hive blockchain. This is very new. We all know that e-commerce is probably one of the most lucrative industries online, and so I think it's huge that we can step into that realm using blockchain and decentralized technology. So the purpose of today's talk is I'm just going to be talking about my personal experience of launching a site and to show you guys that it is so simple. You can choose any theme that sits with you, that you have some expertise in, and go ahead and create your social shop. Oh, right. There we go. Okay, so just to kind of talk about what is the clean girl aesthetic, it's basically a modern approach to simplicity and elegance, and it covers a lot of bases, which is why I chose this topic. And the purpose of the website is just to, give you some inspiration so you can replicate the aesthetic within your own life. Okay, so when we were launching the shop, we thought that we would have, like a few categories and a few hundred items, but as we get into it, we realize, oh my gosh, like this theme is so broad, it covers so many aspects. We already have over 200 categories and we're getting close to 3,000 items, and it's gonna continue to grow. Like, even if you open the shop, there's still some categories that have 0 things in them, so trust me, we're working on it, it's growing, and it's been a blast building it, it's super easy. So once you click on a product page, you'll see that the layout, these are, by the way, screenshots from the site itself. Very familiar layout to a lot of us, like when we go online shopping through Amazon or Walmart, whatever. So of course we're gonna have, the product title, gallery, ratings, price, options such as various sizes and colors, whatever. Detailed description, and when you scroll down, you'll be able to find a list of similar items, much like a lot of stores offer. But in addition to that, we have user reviews, which are actually posts on Hive directly. So, of course, it wouldn't be Hive without a thriving community. You can simply use #CleanGirl, and your personal post will be on our inspiration page automatically. So anyone who shops on the site will be able to see your content, another great way to get it out. So now I want to talk to you guys about like the behind the scenes of how we actually went about building it. So thanks to Wavio technology, we are able to do all of our kind of like behind the scenes on there. All you have to do, or all I did, was create a public object on Hive. So the name of my object is Clean Girl Aesthetics, pretty simple. And then I proceeded to make categories. So I have Shop Inspiration Community as my headers, and then subcategories within each one of those. Now, all I did is I linked the public object, so the Clean Girl Aesthetic public object that I created on Wavio as my base object for my website. Automatically, all the work that I was doing on Wavio is now transferred onto my site. So you can see under shop, we have makeup, skincare, hair, fragrances, fashion, etc. That's all directly reflected on there. Now, the benefit of this as well is I could have a team of people that I trust to work on the website as well. So it's not like just you, and it allows for the process to go smoother. In addition, we've optimized it for the mobile. So we find that a lot of modern day mobile apps that have excellent retention, they focus a lot on videos and images and, bringing forth something more vibrant, because that really does captivate your eye, your attention. And within beauty, oh my gosh, there is just so much content out there that is waiting to be repurposed. Like TikTok and YouTube, a lot of authors clearly state that they want and encourage for their stuff to be shared on other platforms. So literally all you can do for a post like this is you take a link from TikTok and you go ahead and post it under the item that they're reviewing or talking about, whatever, and you have a Hive post right there, and you can, earn from that. And it's great because when people come to the website and they're speculating whether or not they want to proceed in buying a certain item, they can see the reviews and they can be like, oh, this is actually what it looks like, and connect with people that way. All right, so let's talk about how you can make money on social shopping. Grampo did mention some of the higher levels in which you can make money, just from a Hive perspective. But one of the things here is simply affiliate shopping, right? So all you do is you go into Amazon or Walmart, whatever, and you go ahead and get your own personal affiliate shopping codes. In my case, I'm just doing Canada and the United States, so .com. But please make sure, based on where you are located geographically, that you get the right affiliate code. And you enter it once. So you go into Tools, Affiliate Codes, boom, boom, enter your codes, that's it. Now, all of those 3,000 plus items, whatever, that I've added, are going to have the affiliate code automatically embedded within their links. That's all you have to do. So now I just want to give you guys some of my personal tips in building the site so that it can be as easy as possible. When you have over 200 categories and thousands of items, you're going to need a little bit of structure, and you might need a little bit of help just to make sure that everything is smooth, right? So of course we use ChatGPT as one of our tools. I'm sure everyone here is very well familiar with it. So you can ask some broad questions like, suggest categories and subcategories for a clean girl aesthetic online shop, and it proceeds to lay it out, and it's quite standard. You can ask to make it shorter or more detailed, whatever. So now you have a list of your categories with subcategories. You can proceed to ask a more detailed question like, please create a list of 20, 30, 40 items of, say, cleansers that are high quality brands, but that also fit into the clean girl aesthetic based on user reviews. And it can actually list the exact name of the brand as well as the specific item that has the most reviews, that is, often used the most. And again, remember, this is just a tool, so ultimately you're going to use your own knowledge and what you want your site to look like, but I think this was really helpful. So now that you have a list of items that you wish to see on your site, the first thing you're going to do is you're actually just going to go onto Wavy or onto Hive, and you're going to see if that item is already there, because chances are it might be. But if it's not, just go ahead and open Amazon, like you always do. Go ahead and add the Wavio Chrome extension. Make sure you have the latest version, by the way, because this enables you to simply click Upload to Wavio, and with one click of a button, all of the information regarding this product, from its title, description, price, ratings, all of that is going to be downloaded onto Wavio. And that's it. And the cool thing is we've recently also, besides Amazon, we have gotten Walmart, Target, Sephora, and we're probably going to add some more as well. So it's never been easier. Trust me, I was there when we had to manually enter everything. So God bless this extension. So now that it's been uploaded, this is what it's going to look like. Again, this is a screenshot directly of the exact same item that you guys are just seeing there. So in this case, it's a blush. So go ahead and add that item into your blush subcategory, right? And as you scroll down, again, this is what the user reviews are going to look like. So one thing I find with Hive is people get so excited about the idea of blogging and earning and connecting with people, but they just don't know where to start, especially if blogging isn't something that you typically do or something that you're familiar with. So here, it's like you can talk about makeup, skincare, stuff that you probably already have at home in your drawer that you can give an honest opinion about and talk about it. And you can even repurpose other people's videos. Like if you don't want your face out there, that's fine. You don't have to. Just use the hashtag #CleanGirl, and when you post here, it'll actually be all automatically embedded for you, so you don't have to think about it that much. And it's just a great way for people to chat with one another and to have a beautiful visual. So now that we have created our categories, subcategories, we added our items, we have to also think about the visual appeal of the site. So you don't want your categories to just be kind of like empty space. So we had to create some images for it, right? And we actually went ahead and we spent some money and we went onto all the different stock picture accounts and we're looking for these perfect pictures. But the thing is you always have something in your head of what you want it to look like, but the stock images rarely fit that, you know? And so it's a hassle. And even if you do find something that you like, to have all 200 categories be within the same sort of theme or like, you know, aesthetic is just like impossible. So we turned to AI and we use Midjourney. Again, something I'm sure a lot of you guys are quite familiar with. My tip to you, when you're giving direction to Midjourney, make sure you understand the theme that you're going to have, and please have a list of keywords. So in my case, I would use things like realistic, close-up, model, modern, clean on white marble background. Make sure you mention what kind of background you want. Otherwise, they're going to throw all kinds of colors and cool things in the back. So just white marble has been pretty good. It's been consistent for me. And another tip, once you've given your direction, if say there is an image that you found on Pinterest or on Google that you're like, okay, I kind of want it to look like this, go ahead and take that link and just copy and paste it at the end. Midjourney does a really good job of drawing inspiration from that and creating completely authentic images. So these images are completely my own. I have, you know, rights to them, whatever. Nobody's going to come after me. And so, yeah, that's been a really seamless process. And that's it, guys. It's that easy. Once you create your categories, subcategories, you add your items, and you go ahead and put some images up, this is your site. And I personally think it's a very seamless, very simple, very beautiful process. And it's really easy for people to use because it is just so similar to our everyday shopping anyways. But now I have a little bit of a surprise for you guys. All of the work that I did, all of the images, the categories, the items that I added to this, within the next 3 minutes or so, I'm gonna give it all to you. I'm gonna show you how you can create a copy of the site and have complete authority and rights to it. So the first thing you're gonna do is go ahead and create your own name. In this example, I just went ahead with cleanlook.social.gifts. Create your own personal logo, your own banner. Go ahead, open Wavio, Tools. Create, and under website template, select social.gifts. That's how you know it's a social shopping site, right? Enter your name, so clean look. This one's kind of fun. You can actually choose your own website colors, so you can customize it entirely to what you want. Add your logo. Now here's the important part, pay attention. Remember at the beginning how I said I created my own base public object on Wavio? So it's public because it's open to you. Under base object, go ahead and link Clean Girl Aesthetic. Don't forget your own affiliate codes that you're gonna generate. And boom, that's yours. The entire website, you have complete authority over it. This is the beauty of decentralization. And you can do it right now on your phone. So you're probably wondering, okay, well, why would I want to do that? You know, like I spend all this time and energy creating this beautiful site and the images. Well, when we talk about, you know, Web 2.0 in the traditional world, everyone has their own websites. They operate as a lonely island because they have their own database of users, their own images, their own products and services, and honestly, they just stick copyright all over it. And it just makes life so difficult for all of these little shops that you'll never be able to compete, right? Like Amazon, Walmart, all those places are just gonna keep growing and you're just gonna keep battling each other down here. What's the point? In Web3, we can now participate in our own shared success. So let me explain that a little bit further. So let's say you create a copy of my site, but you're able to bring on more users to it. You're not just bringing on more users onto your site, you're bringing on more Hive users, right? That people that are actually interested in these things like makeup, skincare, fashion, which is honestly a huge demographic within the globe. And they're gonna start talking about it. They're gonna start posting reviews. They're gonna connect with one another. And guess what? If they write a review on your website because that item is in my site as well, I'm going to get that review too, and my users are going to have someone else to connect with and to chat with, right? Afterwards, we can talk about a product knowledge base. Like I said, some of my categories have 0 on it because I just haven't had the time to add all those items and shops, right? So if you create a copy and you go ahead and add some of your own categories, some of your own items based on your knowledge, that could transfer onto my site if I wanted to. And hey, you just made my life easier, right? Afterwards, we can talk about, topical content. So you can bring on Hive users that are excited and they want to say, oh, I'm going to share my personal makeup tutorial or hair tutorial or fashion advice or whatever. Well, hey, that content is going to be transferred onto my site too. And in addition, I mentioned, you can build connection, but here's a really interesting one too. So oftentimes, suppliers are quite excited and open to paying a good amount of money for product placement. So I can make a deal, with a supplier to offer $5 to $10 for a post on Hive that features their product, a few images, so an honest, experience of using the product, and they're going to go ahead and pay that user. So if I have that sponsorship on, say, like a certain brand or a certain item, your site is going to have access to it too. And that not only benefits your users, it benefits me, because the more I could sell the product placement and the more that people claim it, well, the better it is, and my chances are going to go up of getting more and more of those deals, right? And I'm going to collect passive income from that. And same thing, like if your site goes ahead and gets another sponsorship with another supplier, my users can connect and utilize that too. And it just becomes like an incredible way to earn money. Like we go onto Amazon and Sephora, and a lot of people post beautiful reviews and they actually put an effort into it, right? Because they care and they want to talk about it, but they're not even earning anything from it. Literally, they're not getting anything from it except for maybe some connection. So here it's like we're opening you up. Not only are you going to earn as a Hive user, but you might actually get sponsored. And it's incredibly transparent. So we can also talk about best practices. Krim was up here talking about marketing, and it becomes so overwhelming when there's just so many different projects and so many different things going on Hive. How the heck do you market it? So if you create a copy of the site and you're successful in bringing on users and you get incredible engagement, well, we can connect and we can talk about marketing strategies together. We can learn from each other because we share success, right? But just to be clear, you have your own affiliate code. So if you bring on people onto your site and they, check out and purchase an item, the 5 to 7% commission is going to be yours. But still, you brought on a user onto Hive. Do you understand how it all kind of comes together? So that's why I think social shopping is incredibly revolutionary. It brings on people onto Hive without even knowing that they're on a blockchain. They just think that they're shopping, right? Looking at reviews, having fun with the community. But one thing that they're going to notice, where it says user reviews, is they'll see a $sign. What's that about? How come there's 5, 7, 13 bucks here, and how do I participate in that? So I think that's a really fun, just natural, modern way to onboard people onto Hive and just create community. So yeah, thank you so much for paying attention. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please.
Hello, Brian of London here with a real question.
All right.
Not self-promotion. I copped a lot of flack. What about, maybe this is a question for Wavio specifically, but these are all affiliates to other people's shopping sites. When can you actually do the selling yourself? Is that something that's going to be in Wavio too?
Yeah, so I have my own methods of marketing. Like, for example, we use like Google AdSense, just word of mouth. I even can post about it on mainstream media. So if my marketing endeavors are successful and people land on clean girl social gifts and they check out and they purchase some items and stuff like that, then I'm going to collect that passive income. But if you're going to create your own replica of a site and your marketing is just better and you're bringing on people onto your site, you're going to get the affiliate earnings.
I'm talking about actually being a seller, like an Etsy seller, but do your own fulfillment and so on, and just take money direct?
Oh, you mean like actually having your own shop?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's more of a technical question to Grampo, but it is possible. The reason why we focus on affiliate is because if you're your own supplier, you're kind of limited, right? Like you're not gonna be able to have 3,000 items from like the top rated brands, so you're really gonna be selling yourself. Here I'm just talking about brands that already have a really strong presence and existence.
You're doing a curation job, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's great that you can get rewarded for that. I like that model very much.
On the inspiration page, this may be a question for either of you.
Sure.
You spoke about having those inspiration posts identified automatically via a hashtag.
Yes.
How do you handle moderation of spam, shit posting, cancer, those kinds of things?
Yeah, that's a great question. So as the owner of my site, if there's something that just goes ahead and posts hashtag clean girl, but it really doesn't fit the theme, then I can just simply remove that post and it just won't show up on my inspiration page. So ultimately I have total control, much like if somebody were to make a copy of the site, but then they would just, I don't know, add like random stuff to it, like fishing gear. I can moderate that too, right? Like I am the owner of my site and I get the final say. Yeah.
So that's after the fact. Is there a mode where you could only allow moderated content in, like with a moderation interface or something like that? Just to make sure that everything that's being posted is on brand and you never have one of those whoopsies, somebody posted something and I was asleep.
Right, I see what you're saying. To be honest, right now the engagement hasn't been like in the hundreds and thousands and stuff, so it's pretty easy for me to moderate it, but in terms of preventing that even in the first place, if somebody creates odd content, there's always a blacklist. If there's just like a person messing around, you can blacklist that person and their content's never going to show up on your website. They can keep living their life and posting whatever they want, but it's not going to be on your site. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll ask a question because I got a microphone. Kind of curious, you've done it. I'm not sure quite how long you've had it active. I'm just sort of curious how the results have been. Have you had random people clicking in? Have you made sales outside? Have somebody found it and onboarded because wow, this is cool? Just sort of curious how it's gone so far.
We've played around with some marketing and there's been some positive effect to that matter. I'm excited to see what other people are going to be doing with their sites too, just to kind of learn from one another because I think we can improve. One thing that we're thinking about is if you go onto Fiverr, they have a lot of influencers that create video content already, and you can literally just pay them to create a cute TikTok video or whatever, and they will post it onto their own Instagram account, TikTok account, YouTube account, whatever, because honestly, that's probably the best way to reach out to people that are not within the Hive space. But whenever I have reached out to people that are already posting on makeup, hair, whatever, that are on Hive right now, and because I can comment onto their post and I can do the hashtag clean girl, their post will show up because I really like their content and I think it's beautiful. Every single time the author responds to me, every single time they're like, hey, this is amazing. What a beautiful site. I had no idea this was part of Hive. Oh my gosh. Like the people on Hive are incredibly receptive to that. So I think you have to kind of focus in-house and out-of-house marketing, yeah. But we have people building sites, like we have a camping checklist, we have a coffee site, we have people talking about organics, so like alternatives to things that have a lot of chemicals in them, like how can we make our life cleaner. So there's just so many themes out there, and we're all constantly talking to one another and learning from one another. So this is the starting point. Yeah.
Actually a real cool project, and it gives me many ideas what else we could sell.
Like beer.
Well, maybe this might be a good idea actually. I even didn't thought in that direction, but it's a good idea.
Yeah.
We should work on this. How much time does anyone need to set up a shop like this?
Honestly, it's gotten so easy when you have a Wavio Chrome extension that uploads all of the information for you. It's like it barely takes any time. It's just up to you. My site happens to be incredibly broad, like from makeup, skincare, hair, body care, fragrance, fashion. Are you kidding me? Like each one of those categories in and of themselves can be a completely full, beautiful site. I just really put in a lot. And part of the reason why I'm doing that is I want to make it easy for other people to create sites as well so that those items are already there. If, say, you want to make a website just on fragrance, chances are a lot of the great perfumes I've already added there for you. So that's why mine is taking a little bit longer. But if you have a more kind of like specific niche on your website, it wouldn't take as long. Yeah.
To market the whole thing, just thinking out loud, I like to start a shop, I get it set up, this is one part, then I have to make it loud.
Yeah.
So you spend some money in Google ads or other things?
Yeah, if you want to talk about marketing, that could be a whole other presentation in of itself. You just got to play around with it, with what works, what doesn't work. If you want to talk a little bit more specifics, maybe just talk to us afterwards and we can delve into that a little bit more. But there's so many ways to reach out to people. But I say start in-house. Go ahead and pick a theme that you know is already thriving. Like I knew beauty was already a thing on Hive, right? So it was easy for me to connect to people and talk to them and stuff. But yeah, marketing is, I'm not a marketing expert. I'm learning.
But anyway, you did a great project. What I really love is with this Wavio shop thing, you turn it a little bit into another direction, but kick Hive into it and generate more users, generate users who might even don't know that they are on a blockchain. And this is something which helps us to adapt to the mass market. Whenever they see I have $10 in my account for whatever reason.
Like where'd it come from, right? Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So thank you very much. A big applause, please.
Thank you.